Welcome back to Deep Thought. We're going through Sonic Adventure 2, and it's time for another Eggman stage.
A not particularly exciting one, admittedly.
Yeah.
These idiots will never find my hidden base inside this pyramid. Just because it has your face plastered everywhere.
Yeah, this is one of... I think this is, in my opinion, the worst Eggman stage. It's basically hidden base, but they took away the hover function, so... There's the sand death trap that's still in play, and now it's incredibly slow platforming as well, so...
For me, it's not the worst one. Like, to me, it's not exactly a great level. It's just a bit sort of dull, you know. Like, I wouldn't say it's a bad level. It's just not the most exciting one either. I would say there is one that's worse than this, but we'll get to that shortly. But yeah,
I don't know.
This one's just a sort of gentle stroll through while occasionally shooting stuff, and it's got the curse of being a boring desert level.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And it's during the nighttime though, so that's completely different than during the day. Mm-hmm.
Where's the wereman?
Yeah. Also, if Eggman thinks that no one will find them inside this base, then what are a bunch of gun robots doing here? They obviously found him.
No, Gun just like a really overzealous government, and they just placed robots literally everywhere.
Just in case there's any crime.
Yeah, like you go down the cafe or some shit, and there's a bunch of robots standing outside guarding just in case.
Well, this is a future in which Trump does become president, so anything is possible.
I guess we should address the elephant in the room that, like, Dr. Eggman is now called Dr. Eggman in the American canon. Or, like, in the American localizations.
Yeah, I think they're far enough into the series now where, like, they didn't want to be kind of juggling two different things, so it's like they might as well just think, fuck it, and go with it.
I never agree with people who call him Robotnik, to be honest, because it's always been Eggman in Japan.
Yeah, well, Robotnik is very much a case of we're localizing it and we want to just do our own thing. Yeah. So if we change it back to how it should be, that's like the logical thing. It causes like a lot less bollocks when they're translating future stuff as well.
Exactly, yeah. They tried to do some weird hybrid with SA1, but it was just kind of messy, so it was just like, yeah, we're calling him Eggman now.
They still do sort of have the lore of like Gerald Robotnik, like the family name and shit, but like for any sort of casual reference to him, he's Eggman, like no matter who it's coming from.
The family is the weird thing I found was it was cool that the family is actually called Robotnik in the Japanese version too.
Was that something they added on like later on just to adapt, or?
Well, didn't they call him Gerald Robotnik in this game? Like, what I mean is, like, I'm quite sure that their name, like, that the name in Japan is, like, the family name is Robotnik, like Gerald Robotnik, Maria Robotnik.
Oh, I didn't actually know that, but it's a possibility that was just a case of trying to sort of meet in the middle with the two different adaptations of it, which is a compromise, I guess. Does the job.
It wouldn't be the first time they used Robotnik in Japan. In Sonic Triple Trouble, the level Robotnik Winter was called Robotnik Winter in Japan.
I'd like to imagine the Japanese players just had no fucking clue what that was all about.
It was just some fancy name to them, like Meta Jungleria.
Yeah, I guess.
Isn't this the scene where he scratches his ass?
I think it is, yes.
I love Dean Bristow as Eggman in this game.
He does do a pretty good performance here. It's a much darker Eggman than... There's the ass scratch. It's a much darker Eggman than the sort of Eggman that Mike Pollock does nowadays, which a lot of that is admittedly down to direction as well as performance. But for the tone that Eggman has here, Dean Bristow's performance does like hit the spot perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, also in in contrast to this news reporter who can't decide if she's British or not.
Yeah, well, it's kind of the, am I British, am I Australian, I don't know, let's just try to put on an accent of some description.
Or I eventually get some sort of thing going here, yeah, should work out.
Yeah, as long as I don't sound American, it's fine.
Yes, exactly.
Wait a sec. Radical Highway happens after Sand Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, fuck, they really take their time giving you a speed level.
Yeah, it's, Shadow doesn't have that many levels overall. I think
He has
it's
like
got
4.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they're all pretty short too.
Yeah, and they're much less interesting on the whole than Sonic's ones. Like, there are like an exception somewhere, but like for the most part.
Yeah. It also kind of introduces this whole other plot point that the reason why Shadow is being
a dick.
Evil and stuff. Yeah, because of this girl named Maria who took care of him and then died on all of a sudden or for some reason when the Ark blew up.
Yeah, and her words to him was like, make the people happy and things like that. And from that, his interpretation is revenge.
He doesn't remember the make the people happy line though. He only remembers do it for me. But it's still stupid though.
It is very stupid.
Very arbitrary.
He's got selective memory. Like, he's an edgelord and he wants to justify it. That's my interpretation of it.
Yeah. Okay, Radical Highway. As you pointed out like about a minute ago, Shadow's stages aren't very great. They're okay for the most part, but I don't like them as much as the Sonic stages. For one, Shadow is so much slower.
Is it? I could swear he's like a...
No, I can see it.
Is that like a sort of animation thing where it looks slower because of how he just sort of moves?
Maybe.
Or...
Well, I suppose so, but I mean, from what I could tell, like his build-up and then Sonic's build-up, comparing both, Shadow's just looks slower overall. And I do like the setting here, though, even though they kind of just copied it from Mission Street. Other than that,
Mission Street copy it from this.
Well, yeah.
From how they were implemented, this is probably a level that came in quite late on.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of theorising because Shadow and Tails.
But so was Mission Street because Tails wasn't. Assuming the Tails wasn't playable at the start thing is true.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking because both Tails and Shadow were like characters brought in later on in the development process supposedly, and so this was probably like the new level that's sort of thrown together, like just so they had something else to work with. And are we gonna get to see the wacky floaty physics here, or are you gonna take the top route entirely?
I took the high route because I wanted to show off my epic skills as a gamer.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and anyway, when those little free fall gravity things happen, I don't like those sections. It just feels too disorienting for me to handle.
Yeah, it's very hard to get yourself back on track. Like, you can't really get a grip on what's going on. You're just sort of being thrown up and down, and it's like, maybe you'll land on like something flat eventually, but probably not. But yeah, the thing with Shadow's speed, there's also a possibility that is just the level design, the way it throws it into you. Because notice a lot of the start here is just like hold forward running, whereas you think Sonic's level, you got things like City Escape where it initially just throws you downhill on a board, and you got things like the grind level at the end, and you got say Green Forest where you got a lot of dash pads and that throwing you around loops. Whereas this is very much a sort of you're on your own outside of a few sections.
You say that as we're like got tons of that.
Perfect timing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's just something I'm thinking about that, like the way the level design's built, it's how much of it's you versus how much of it's just specifically designed speed sections.
Yeah, a relatively easy level to A rank as well, and again, not bad, not great, but it's better than a lot of stages in the Dark Story, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the Dark story did get the short end of the stick in a lot of ways.
Yeah. But now we get to go to the Chao world again as Shadow. Get to see little updates on our little buddies.
Oh, Shadow has a soft spot.
That's it.
Yeah. We also get to show off a little bit more of what the kindergarten has to handle. For example, this.
I like how you went to the black market as Shadow.
Yeah, the black market. This is basically where you get all items like Chao eggs, fruits, seeds. By the way, I have not figured out how to do the seeds, because even though I do have the shovel and the watering can, I cannot get my frickin' Chao to plant the goddamn seeds.
There's a course in the school that they have to learn, I believe, that I forget what it's actually called, but it's like a skill they learn to plant trees.
I suppose.
It's quite a time-consuming process if you want to have like custom trees going.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know if I said this earlier in earlier episode, but with Spike and Emmy, they're gonna become Dark Chao, and so as you can kind of.
They're my favorites.
Yeah, and they get to do cool evil shit.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, not really. I can't really tell the difference between the hero and Dark Chao besides appearance and the places where they're raised. There's a box though. You can apparently put them on their heads and wear it as a mask, but I couldn't get any of them to work.
Yeah, some of them are a little bit finicky about that.
Yeah, I do think Woody does have an egg mask on now.
Oh.
Not at this point, but at a later point we'll get to see that.
Alright.
Smiled.
Oh, he's going to the doctor.
Yep. This is also where
day.
Yeah. It's best to go here early to just kind of see what kind of abilities your Chao's going to end up having, like whether or not he's a big eater or like his stats, like what he's best at. Because the stats, they're not just for your own entertainment, they're also for the Chao Stadium and the races, and also karate, which haven't gotten to yet, but sounds like a lot of fun in any case.
I remember spending a lot of time training up Chao for karate, like when I first got the GameCube version of the game, and it's just satisfying watching them sort of kick the shit out of each other.
I'm gonna be honest, I never really spent that much time in the Chao Gardens in either SA1 or SA2. I just never, it just doesn't really interest me. I mean, I can see the appeal, it's just not my personal thing.
You say that as you've been muling over these Chao all this time.
Well, that's because they're cute.
Yeah, I think I've put many hours into the Chao Garden when I was younger. And yeah, that was a lot of my life that just sort of went away.
Well, now we get to see one of these races in action. Smiley Bee will be doing one of the swimming races. And out of the 4 that are available, which include flying, running, and climbing, I think. This one is the slowest.
I love the asleep ones.
Yeah.
And Omo Chao.
Yeah. You can tell how pumped some of them are for actually going in this race. Come on, this isn't fair. Someone here has a bit of an advantage.
Yeah.
I love the
Our
music
Chao
here.
can actually...
It was remixed. Sorry.
No, keep going.
It was remixed. This music was remixed in Sonic Advance 3 for the menu. It's a really awesome song, though. I love it.
There were a handful of things remixed in Advance 3, weren't there? And they're all significantly worse than the originals.
No, I'll give the remix of this some credit. It's actually a really good one.
Yeah, I just don't like the Game Boy Advance sound chip at all.
By Advance 3, I think they'd gotten to the point where they could at least try to emulate, Super Nintendo kind of instruments as opposed to just 8-bit sounding instruments. I use the term 8-bit loosely there.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem for me is that they were trying to do a lot and it wasn't powerful enough, so you end up getting loads of sort of subpar instrument sound over the top of each other and it just becomes a complete clusterfuck.
Speaking of Game Boy functionality, do either of you know how that worked with the Chao Garden?
Yes.
Because, I didn't try that out.
I always wanted the cable as a kid, but I never got it.
Yeah, Advance 1 and 2 have a tiny Chao garden, as does I think the Pinball Party game, but I've never played that one. Essentially what it is like, it's a little portable pet sim thing. You give them food, you look after them. I think there's a couple of like mini games and that. And you can transfer them between your Chao gardens in here and Adventure DX. And I remember I had sort of just had one that I kept on Advance, and I just sort of gave it loads of fruit and that just to kill time and that, and I sort of never thought about like hooking them up, and then when I did, I realised the Chao I've been keeping on Advance is like super like powerful on basically all the stats, where I've just been giving it all the different fruits and that you can give it in that game.
Yeah, we're all addicted. We're all addicted with Chao. See you next time, guys.